Welcome to Slugger Sports Therapy. And tonight will be a different topic. We're going to be going over the All-Star game that just happened just now and ended not too long ago, like about 30 minutes or so. I'm
Mm-hmm.
back here with my guy, Kyle Field. Man,
What's up?
very appreciative that you could come back on the show.
Yeah, man. I thank
Yeah,
you for having me as always. Love to be here.
yeah,
So,
yeah, you're the man. You're the man. But man, I mean, we just both watched the All-Star game. How do you feel about it?
seen worse All-Star games. I
Yeah, I
liked
have.
I liked I gotta say yeah, it's better than what I had expected it to be in my mind. Um I like the format, honestly. I think there's something there to be said about that. I think it's better than what we've seen in the past. I didn't think it was too bad. I was
The format too, yeah. The format I like, just like you said. They tried it last year, and I think it was a failure last year. But this
yeah.
year, it came out. It came out much better. The product was much better than usual. I think maybe what brought the intensity was the fact that they brought the nations into it because
Yes.
everybody has pride. Everybody want to represent their nation. Obviously,
Mhm.
not individual. It's not as successful as the hockey four nations that they had last year, but
Right,
but
it's not
at least you
quite
saw.
like
Mhm.
yeah, it's not quite the same stage as like maybe the Olympics or anything like that, but
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
still yeah, it's a good way to divide up the talent in the NBA, which is we're as we're seeing becoming more international every year. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And so for those of you guys who didn't watch or who don't know, the way the All-Star formatted this year was you have the three teams. You have the USA Stripes, the USA Stars, and you have the world. So all the guys who are from other countries, they represented the world. And then I like actually the fact that they had their the team that they're representing on the back of their
Mhm.
jersey. So yeah, the stripe, how I see it was the stripe was the team, the
Mm.
OGs, and yeah, the older guys, and then the stars were the younger guys like the Anthony Edwards, the Tyrese Maxey's, and all those guys. So it was those three teams, and then plus you have so the way they have it was four games. You had the all of those teams play each other. The World versus USA Stripes, the World versus USA Stars, and then USA Stripes versus USA Stars, and then it was those two games, and then you had the third game was yeah, they all matched up against each other. It was those three games, and then whoever had the highest point differential advanced to the championship, and that it happened to be USA Stars versus USA Stripes, which was a matchup well we saw earlier in game
Mhm.
two, and then game that game USA Stripes ended up winning that game on a clutch three by De'Aaron Fox to win. Did you watch that game?
I did not watch much of game 2. I watched game 1. I watched the overtime in game 1. Game 3 I thought was great.
Game three
And
was awesome, man.
yes.
Game three was a classic right there. That's one thing you want to see because I mean you had one of the best two-way players on full display in Kawhi Leonard. You saw
Mm.
what he did in that game.
Unconscious. He was great.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm watching, and Kawhi is one guy I do like, and because of the intensity he brings and the kind of production that he brings. Only problem is obviously he's always hurt, but we're not going to get too much into that here. But
I mean,
he showed why
Jokic didn't play that game because of his
he
health.
didn't he
Um,
didn't play. He's actually
Somebody
was just
else didn't
coming from
play.
injury. Mhm.
Jokic and Luca both didn't play
No, didn't
in
play.
that
Yeah,
game. So,
I think Luca's nursing in hamstring injury, so that's why
yeah.
he didn't play. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why he didn't play. And then Jokic, remember Jokic is still hurt though. Remember he came back against, or he was 2 games back from his recovery.
Yeah,
When
he's
when
still
he
pretty hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why he didn't play. But I'm sure he would have loved to. Both of those guys would have loved to be out there and represent their country and in team
Absolutely.
world. Yeah, but I mean, I did you get to see a little bit of Cat shooting those long distance threes?
Yeah. Yeah,
he
man.
was he wasn't conscious. I wouldn't say like Kawhi Leonard, but he definitely had a few in there. Like he shot some pretty deep ones. Like I thought that was Curry for a second. We didn't
Man,
get Curry, but hey, we saw some people trying to repeat what Curry
LeBron had a
does.
few deep
Yeah, yeah,
threes.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron had a few. Anthony Edwards had some. Yeah.
And something like the All-Star game is it's like like I'm okay with that, I guess, but it's like I don't know. I did, I did get a little sleepy in the championship when we were just trading misses,
So was I. So was I.
you know.
I'm watching, and remember, I was telling you, I was like, I mean, it sucks the fact that the team stripe they played so hard for the two previous games, and they ended up going out there and just stop caring, or I don't know if them stop caring, or it's just more so they just didn't have any more gas left in the tank. That's what it felt like to me. It just felt like they
Yeah.
just didn't have any more gas. And you saw with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was lights out in Game 3, and then all of a sudden he couldn't find a basket. And that
Nowhere
was
to
the
be
case with
found.
yeah, exactly. That's the case with all the guys. Kevin Durant, Bron didn't do much, honestly. So it was embarrassing for Team Stripes at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only way you can put it, huh? It's embarrassing. I mean,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
it was
works.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping a more competitive game for sure, especially after seeing what Kawhi did in Game 3. I didn't think he was going to shoot like that again because obviously what he was doing was ridiculous. Like that's not something that you can do in your sleep. But
No.
I wanted to see at least something similar to that. Even if he wasn't shooting like that, you have a guy like Kevin Durant, you have LeBron James, even our guy Brunson. Brunson was a starter.
Hmm.
But Brunson was more a distributor in the All-Star game, and which rightfully so because he's a point guard. But with all those other guys that they had around, I was expecting a better championship game, especially watching Game 2, and that was the same matchup in Game 2. So I was expecting a far better championship game. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I was too. But
Yeah. But if you had to compare like some of like the previous All-Star games, I mean, first of all, this is way better than what it was the past like two or three seasons, as I mentioned earlier, right? But how about the All Star games where you used to have Kobe and AI and MJ going at it? Remember those?
of
Well,
course
that's a
I
little
do.
before both
Yeah.
of our time, but I'm still old enough to have seen highlights and still remember
Yeah.
what those All Star games were about. You had Kobe tapping the floor like, "Come here, let's go, let's do it."
I
Yeah,
was I don't know, how we get back to that.
it's tough,
Like
man, and yeah,
seriously, I don't know how we get back to that because that's when
mhm,
it still meant something. And
yeah.
I used that as an example tonight talking to somebody else that I know. I was like, that was I don't know how you get back to Kobe slapping the floor at the All-Star game. Like it used to mean something, and
Yeah,
now it's I don't know.
it's the personality for me. It's not even see, like I was saying earlier to you, with
I
the All
mean,
Star formats, the NBA, I can't say anything. Like I can't give them any flack. I can't say anything bad about them because I think they're trying. They're consciously trying to improve this All Star game, the All Star formats. They've changed it quite a few times. They've had Team Giannis and Team LeBron go at it, and the captain's pick, and all those they tried. But the problem is the players actually have to start caring. If the
yeah,
players don't care, it doesn't matter how you format the games. It's
absolutely,
just gonna
yes,
keep being a failure.
absolutely, I
Yeah.
100%.
And that was I mean, I see this is the difference between baseball. That's why the MLB has one of the highest rated all-star games. They always do it every year after year because the difference is MLB is so one-on-one at times. Like you have the pitcher going at it with the batter. Nobody wants to embarrass themselves out there.
Dude,
So
you can't fake baseball either.
you
You
can't. And
can't
in
fake
fact, I feel
like
like a lot of starters will end up throwing harder in the All-Star game than they do normally
yeah,
on
you're not
average. Yeah.
gonna go up there for your one inning and throw some meatballs up there.
Yeah.
So they're gonna hit it out of the park. It's like when I play or not play when I watch this All-Star game and it's just the lack of defense, you know, and it's just like man, that's why we're getting all these shots from half court from 3-pointers because no one's guarding anybody. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get a
Oh,
few stops. There was a few blocks.
yeah.
I won't say there was no defense, but
There were a few blocks. And I like
golly. I
I like
mean,
what Kate Cunningham did where he had his hand up and he was not playing with max intensity. And I don't expect him to play with max intensity like diving for loose balls and all those things. But obviously, you got to start showing that you care and at least put your hands up.
let's
Try to
put a
stay,
hand
yeah,
up.
put a
Yeah.
hand up, stay in front of
Like,
the guy.
come
Yeah,
on.
put a body on the guys at least,
Get a
So
rebound or
that's yeah, get a
something.
rebounds
Come
exactly. So
on.
that's what I want to see more than anything, honestly.
Like all the lazy passes to nobody to just
Yeah,
fly out of
exactly.
bounds, turnover. It's
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah. What are we
Come
doing, right?
on.
Yeah. Too many open threes, but it's there's a lot in the NBA in general today. Even the defense, I feel like the defense is what you would call Swiss cheese defense. It's like there's a lot of holes in it. It's just like it's not the defense is not the greatest kind of defense, or maybe it's because people would debate this all the time. Maybe because it's just because the guys are just too skilled. They're just too quick, too fast, too strong. So it's hard to play defense in today's NBA, especially with how common fouls are.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
like,
that could be
yeah,
a whole nother
yeah,
aspect
yeah.
of it too, is like
Mhm.
maybe that's something out of the player's control is how many of
I
these
always,
fouls
yeah,
are
foul. That's true.
fouls,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
I always say that too. I always say like, how do you play defense in today's NBA? Because
I
that's
would love to know the answer.
yeah, that's a topic of discussion for me always, and I talk about this with my father all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That and they always teach you keep your hands up, stay in front of the guy. I'm
Yep.
sorry, but how else do you play defense if sometimes the guy can kick his leg out in the middle of his shot and you get called with the foul? What can there's nothing I can do if this guy and technically I'm in his lane and
Yeah.
sometimes your momentum will push up on the guy. So
You're in his
how
landing zone.
yeah
Yeah.
and you end up in his landing. It happens. Your momentum naturally is gonna guide you towards there. So how else do you play defense in today's NBA? I'm not saying it's a go back into the 90s defense where you have guys literally shoving each other and playing football in the middle of the
No.
court, but I'm also I get sick and tired of those
You have
soft
to let him
shots.
play physical. Like you
Yeah,
can't
exactly. A
like
little physicality doesn't hurt.
like we're gonna use the body to draw contact and force contact. Like that has to be fair game. Like that can't always be an
Exactly.
offensive foul or something like.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
basketball has always been like a physical game. It's
Always been.
always known for physicality.
Yeah.
And if you can't do a little contact, then you shouldn't be playing. Just
Honestly.
get to the
It's
gym.
it's rough down there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Back then there was a lot of things like people wouldn't go to the paint back then. It's like there are certain things you knew not to do. People wouldn't try to do a lot of things that they do in today's basketball, but it's because the game has become. I don't want to say that word because there's a lot of people who like to or cup. It has become a cupcake league or like the soft, but I don't want to say that it has been.
It's hard to defend
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
just like, I don't want to say it either, but man, that's like it's the first word that comes to my mind,
I
unfortunately.
can't think of any other word to describe it, to be honest with you. So, but I want to say it's definitely not the same. That's to say the least, honestly.
Hmm. It's just tough. It's tough, and it's like, I know you can have skill players in a rough
Hmm.
environment, okay?
Hmm.
I know they're two. I don't want to compare apples to oranges here, okay? Hockey
Hmm.
is one of the most skillful sports with young athletes, and it's a rough contact sport. Obviously,
Very,
like I
to
said,
say the
they're
least.
completely different, so I won't like, try and say it's the same thing. But it's like you can have skill players and enforcers coexist. It's
That's literally
possible.
why the enforcer is there. They
Yeah,
literally have
like
an enforcer in the
to pro
sport, so you already know what kind of timing that they're on.
to protect their skill players.
Exactly.
So
Can you imagine you have a roster spot just to fight?
that'd be
You just-
awesome. That'd be
yeah, right.
awesome. Yeah. Any
I
sport.
just don't want to get my teeth knocked out, but
Any
yeah, I mean,
sport. That would be
yeah,
awesome. You
yeah.
can't tell me like one guy just there to a team goon
Oh,
everywhere.
That's Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody gets one. So,
Oh man,
make the
oh
game
man.
police itself.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
If you want to play
And
that way, you're gonna have
yeah,
to deal with our guy.
yeah. That's the thing with hockey too. What I like. is that the fact that the referee would literally just stand there and like just let them hash it out. Like
Olivier's 10th fight of the year. It's the first for Reeves. And Olivier has Reeves off balance, but Ryan Reeves going to fight back.
Like
yeah, until they go
thing.
down.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then like, oh, do your thing, and then after a while, then I guess they'll break it up or whatever. But it gets pretty intense to say the least.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. But I like what you said earlier about the All-Star format. You said that they should add or consider adding another team because I thought it was unfair for Team Stripe that they had to play 3 games in a row, and you could tell they were cooked, man. They were cooked.
So cooked.
LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard was shooting lights out in the 3rd game, and he couldn't even buy a basket. And Kevin Durant didn't do nothing. Those guys they all couldn't find a shot. Even Jaylen Brown.
Brown was broke. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he did not.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant in the first 3 games. The first 2 games, he was actually pretty good.
No, yeah, but that championship game was bad.
Yeah. So if they added a 4th team, then you won't have that. You won't have that problem. And
maybe
that way too.
The world team, like they did.
Yes.
I don't know.
And also what that does is you have fewer snubs because every year you have some kind of snubs. So if you add another team, fresher legs, more competition, and now fewer snubs, so it will make more sense for them to do that. But we'll see though, because I think the NBA, they're still going to continue to add on, try to find new ways to improve the format.
Yeah, they're not done yet, but
no, they're not done. They're going to tweak it for sure a little bit more.
It wasn't bad. I think it was. I think I don't know.
Yeah, could be better, could be worse. There's always something to improve on. It could be worse though. It could be flag football.
It could be. Oh my God. Yeah, we could just be playing 21.
Right. The fact that Shador Sanders made the All-Star too.
Pro Bowl's cut. Pro Bowl's done.
Joke. That's a joke, man. It's a joke. But man, I mean, it's good having you on. Once again, talking about a little basketball, the All-Star format, and man, I mean, I can't wait till baseball season. By the way, it's a couple. Spring training is gonna unfold in a couple of weeks, man.
Letter grade for the All-Star format.
Oh, so the format itself or the intensity of the games? Which one do we want to grade?
We can do them separately if you want.
Yeah.
We can do one of each, like intensity, like player. We can separate like the league's effort and the players, or we can just do the whole weekend as a whole. Because I gotta be honest, like the dunk contest wasn't too great.
No, it was not. I kind of like that guy
contest. Yeah, it was, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Knicks for winning the.
That skill challenge. Yes. I'm so happy we won that skill challenge. Allen Houston, man, looked like vintage Allen Houston out there, man. He looked like vintage Allen Houston. We need to sign that man.
Dude, like this is the most hardware we've had in the same season, and I don't know how long, man. We're Cup champions and we're team shooting champions. What's up?
Yeah.
Like,
how nice would it have been if Brunson had won the All-Star game today and went off to win MVP?
I know, right?
That would have been awesome. And then, but hey, we got one more championship, the big thing, the real prize coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'd rather win that any day of the week. But so overall All-Star weekend, if I had to give it a grade.
Yeah, let's do that.
C+, B-, because the format itself is not bad as we've been emphasizing, but the problem is, like we said, the intensity could be better.
Yep.
And the dunk contest wasn't that great, obviously. Although I like the swag that guy Keyshawn Johnson is he the one who won it? Keyshawn, everything from the Miami Heat. I liked, the dancing and the fun that he was having. I enjoyed that for sure.
It's the contrast between this one and obviously the dunk contest from 10 years ago with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I mean,
I just saw actually that it was
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 years old now, and I remember actually they robbed Aaron Gordon of those dunk contests.
Yeah,
He should have
yeah, they
definitely won
really
them.
did.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, he had
man,
all the hoverboard, with his mascot on the hoverboard, and
he,
man, like
he
how did
sat in the chair.
yeah,
For
he
God's
shot like
sake,
how did you do that? Like
in the
it,
air.
yeah, that's the problem with the dunk contest these days. So we've pretty much seen almost every creative dunk you can possibly see. So
Hmm.
that's why we take some of these dunks for granted. Like people will say, "Oh yeah, this dunk was basic." I was reading on Instagram yesterday, like people were saying these dunks are basic. I never say that because I realize how incredibly difficult that it
Dude,
is
it
to
is
dunk a
hard to
basketball.
dunk.
Yeah, I'm about 6'2", and
Yeah,
I could barely dunk a basketball. So,
same, barely.
so I you can't say dunking a basketball is easy. Like the fact that you could get the ball through your legs and dunk it mean that you got a lot of lot
Yeah,
of airtime that you got up there. Your hops is definitely there. That's what it means. Like you definitely your vert is on another level.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, legend has it that Muggsy Bogues could dunk. When he was in his career, he was able to throw it
Yeah, I
down.
believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, 5'3".
Who am I, right? So,
I mean, Nate Robinson won the dunk contest. Like 5'9". Like that's crazy, man.
that's nuts.
Yeah. But what's your grade though? What's your grade? Let's
C,
hear it.
right down the
A
middle.
C.
It's a C. Yeah,
C.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't super impressed, but I think it, like I said, I think it could have been just as bad, if not worse, than the other All-Star games we've had in the past. And it's like you want to talk about bad All-Star games. It's like we have the Pro Bowl, we have the NHL All-Star Week, which is just getting worse and worse by the year,
How did
unfortunately.
the NHL do it this year? I know they had the Four Nations. That was a success
Well,
last year.
right now
I
we're
didn't
on.
stick with that one.
So yeah, right now we're doing the Olympics break.
Okay, okay. So there's a little hiatus. Okay,
Yeah,
right, right, right,
everyone's
right, right.
everyone's in Italy right now.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
that's nice.
Four Nations was so sick. I mean, that
Yeah, I
was that
know.
was a huge success. And
Yeah,
like I
that's why I
think
thought it was gonna be a yearly thing.
I guess we'll see,
Hmm.
depending on I know Canada's the number one seed right now in the Olympics. That's based off goal differential. I think they're like plus 17, which is just a
Hmm.
little bit more than the United States right now. But yeah, it's been interesting over there. Four Nations was awesome. I don't know if I hope they do. But just for the record, it's all great, but it's not a true best on best till Russia's back in it. So
Yeah, Russia is well known for hockey. So yeah, all they get is cold weather over there. So I would
no,
imagine that they only play hockey year round.
no.
Yeah.
So until we get them back in there, but
Yeah. What was the foreign nation? It was the USA. I know the four nations were the USA, Canada for sure. What were the other two?
Sweden and Finland.
Sweden and Finland. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I know. I mean, I know USA and Canada. They have one of the best two hockey, obviously out there competition wise, and I mean Sweden and Finland. I know they do their thing too. But you're right.
Hmm.
Russia needs to be right back in
Yeah.
it.
Russia, one day.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. They definitely need to keep that format though. If what's not broken, you don't fix.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does depend on like the success of the Olympics. This is also the first Olympics since 2014 we've had NHL players in. So, if if for some reason they're not gonna have NHL players in the next Winter Olympics, they might do Four Nations again. You know what I
They
mean?
definitely
So,
need to bring it back though, for sure. And
yeah, but
the NBA needs to take a page out of the NHL's book.
well, I guess, it would only be a problem every 4 years, you know. So,
Hmm. Yeah, that's very, very true. Very
you
true.
could do it 3 on and 1 off, but like I said, who knows?
Right, right, right. Nah, you're 100% right, man. Yeah, you're 100% right. But yeah, it's not broken. Don't fix it, man.
No.
It was a success. You got to keep it going, man.
That's
Like
why I
give,
think
give the
this
people what they
format
want.
is good if you just add another team.
another team, and then turn it to 4 nations. Whatever the top 4 nations to play basketball, just turn it into that. If you have enough players though, because there are
Honestly,
certain
that's not
nations
even a
that
bad idea because you're
yeah.
right. There are some nations that like we would just I don't know like not. I mean, we saw it in the Olympics. France obviously put up a good effort against the United States, so there's talent everywhere. But
There are definitely a lot of talented players out there. Huh? But man, it was good having you again, man. Talking a little basketball.
hell yeah,
We're gonna start up again with baseball soon. I can't wait.
getting closer every day.
Yes, we are,
Yep.
man. Yeah, but it was good having you again, Kyle, my brother. And yeah, we'll be back again for sure.
Thanks again, man. Always a pleasure.
Definitely. I enjoyed this conversation as always. And yeah, you have a great night.
Peace.
Yes, sir. And that wraps up today's session of Slugger Sports Therapy, where we diagnose the game and treat sports the right way. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next session.